Okay guys, I have a book haul and like unboxing here. I have 3 packages that I have not even opened, and one that I opened and like grabbed a book out and didn't look at the other ones. I don't even remember what's in all of those, so let's dive into this book haul. Okay, we will just kind of go through the stack here. The first 2 books are actually books that my husband hauled. He bought, and I'm going to haul them because I am going to read them as well. The first one is The Prodigal God. This one is one that I need to read for a class I'm taking through our church in the fall. It's Recovering the Heart of the Christian Faith by Timothy Keller, and honestly I don't know anything about it other than it's a book that I agreed to read in order to take this class, so hopefully it's good. We got a used copy from Amazon, and I know there was like one part that someone highlighted and said whoa, so hopefully that's a good one. And then the other one that he got is Gentle and Lowly. I have heard such good things about this one. There is someone doing a buddy read for this one, or they already did, and I thought about joining it but didn't, and now that we have the book, I think the buddy read has probably already happened. But it's The Heart of Christ for Sinners and Sufferers. Yeah, so I don't really know anything about this, but I know that I've heard people talking about it, so it's one I want to read. Okay, and then I got a couple books for my birthday. Shalise from Sodbuster Living, and now her booktube channel is And Read Another Chapter, sent me this one. It's Argosy Junction. This was actually written by her mom, which is so cool. And the reason she sent this one to me is because there is, it's a cult-like church it's about, so because of my love for cult books, probably not the best way to say that, but I get a lot of entertainment from books that have cults in them, so she sent me this one and I can't wait to read this one. And then one of my friends bought me this edition of A Little Princess. I have like 2 other editions of this book, but it's like my favorite movie and I love these covers, and I thought it was so sweet that she bought this for me knowing that I would love it and that I do love it, and I'm excited to have another one of these like Puffin and Bloom editions on my shelf. I think I just have the Little Women one, and then I know there's also Heidi and Anne of Green Gables as well. Then I got a couple of books thrifted here. I went thrifting one day and I was like, okay, random assortment. First of all, I got like this terrible cover, but the Pilgrims Progress. I had to read this in grade 10, 11, in a psychology class. I don't know why we read it in psychology, but I haven't read it since. I've read the younger version, A Little Pilgrim's Progress or something, but I haven't reread this original one, so hopefully I can do that sometime in the near future. Then I got this Time to Let Go. So this is by Lurleen McDaniel. I was talking about books that, well, it was in a Q&A that I did. I was talking about books that I read as a younger person, and I was trying to remember the title of a book, and I think it was one of her books you guys think that it was, that I had read, and this is not the one, but she pretty much seems to write like gut-wrenching ones about teenagers dying. So this one is, the doctors assure Erin and her parents they can't find a physical cause for her headaches. Oh yeah, so then things happen. Her headaches started just after the death of her younger sister Amy. Oh dear. Yeah, so probably gonna be more death involved. She seems to really enjoy that. Oh, and then I got this one for my daughter. This is Meetcile, just another of the American Girl books. I feel like they're pretty hard to come by here in Canada, but whenever I find something like this, I snatch it up. And this is 1853. So this will be the first book in the series. I don't really even know exactly what happens, but I know my daughter loves reading books, like historical fiction books, so she'll like that one. And then this was a blast from the past, A Cooper Family Adventure Escape from the Island of Aquarius. This is a Frank Peretti, one of his middle grade / teen books. The siblings and their father are sent to an exotic South Sea to find a missionary who has disappeared, and I can't remember if I read these when I was younger or if I just remember seeing them. What is the copyright on this? 86. So yeah, they were definitely out because that's the year I was born. but I kind of want to read this and then see what my kids think. Oh, I didn't even mention, I mean, like, I feel like I got bangs. I should maybe mention that. I cut bangs for myself fairly frequently, but it's been almost 2 years since the last time I had them, so it took me a while to get bored, I guess. Okay, then, oh, what do I got going on here? I don't remember where I got these. Some of these are thrifted, some of these are Book Outlet. You guys have been so great at using my Book Outlet referral code. So I haven't, that's not true. The one box that I haven't opened all the way, I paid for those books. The rest of these were all free because you guys use my referral link and you get $10 of free books and I get $10 of free books. And then whenever I have $20 worth of free books, I place an order and get a bunch of free books. So yeah, some of these are from there and some of them are still thrifted, but I don't remember what's what. I got The Language of Flowers. Tiffany from Beautiful Minutia recommended this book because it deals with a girl in foster care, and I think, yeah, she's 18 now, so she's like aged out of foster care, and I think it sounds really good. It also sounds really gut-wrenching, so I feel like I have to kind of psych myself up for this book, but I am looking forward to reading it. Then I got Amal Unbound. This is a middle grade book about a Pakistani girl, and I don't know if there's like some immigration stuff going on. I don't really know, but I do know that I love this cover. I love that. Okay, moving on. Okay, yeah, so I got 2 Francine Rivers books, and I can't remember if I thrifted these or not. I got The Atonement Child. I actually know nothing about this. I do know that, like, Francine Rivers was a big author in my little Christian school library growing up, and I read some of them, but I don't know anything about this one. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I have no idea. This one I have read, Redeeming Love. You guys often recommend this one to me, and I actually did read it back in high school, but I'm curious to read it now. So it's the Book of Hosea, the story of Hosea and Gomer, but like modern. Well, not modern. It's 1850, so it's like California's gold country, 1850. Not really my favorite period of time to read about, but I remember this being interesting, like an interesting take on that story. So I will reread this one. Okay, these next books for sure were all Book Outlet books. So I got The Clockwork Dragon. This is book 3 in the so this is James R. Hannibal's Section 13 series. I got book 1 or book 2 a few months ago, and for some reason I got book 3. But I don't have, I'm missing either 1 or 2 so far. I don't really know anything about it, but my kids really like fantasy books, so I thought I would check out the series. Then I got Border Sun. I was reading this one. So this is Revel, which is kind of like, it's a Christian-ish kind of publishing company. I feel like not all their books are necessarily Christian. It says it's suspense. And it's been years since Edward has seen his wayward son or even allowed thoughts of him to enter his mind. The last place he knew Tyler to be was in an El Paso jail 6 years ago. Then one day he receives a cryptic phone call from a woman that his son needs him, another from a federal agent in searching for Tyler, and a terrifying visit from the Mexican cartel. So, I don't know, sounds interesting. Then I got Light from Distant Stars by Sean Smucker, which is also Revel. And I believe he's a Christian author, but I don't know. I've never read any of his books, I don't think, but I feel like I should. So I grabbed this one, which I also don't know what it's about. It just says fiction on the back here. When Cohen steps over his father's body in the basement embalming room of a family's funeral home, he has no idea that he is stepping into a labyrinth of memory. Okay, no idea. Then I got Red Scarf Girl. This is about a girl from China, 1966. She has everything, brains, the admiration of classmates, bright future. Yeah, I don't know, I guess it's a true story of one family's courage and determination during one of the most terrifying eras of the 20th century. I know nothing. And then I got Portrait of Vengeance, which is one of the Gwen Marcy books. I think possibly book 3 or 4. I think I own all of them in the series now, if I remember correctly. Oh wait, here. A cry from the dust, the bones will speak, when death draws near, and then Portrait of Vengeance. So yeah, this is book 4. This is a Christian, also kind of mostly using that loosely. I don't know. It's from a Christian publishing company, but there's not a whole lot of faith stuff in this series so far. But it's suspense, and I have really enjoyed Carrie Stewart Parks's twists in her books. So yeah, I just want to keep reading all her books. Okay, and then I have a box here that me and my brother, we like just exchange gift cards for birthdays. So he gave me some money and I went on Book Outlet and I bought some books. And so I have a box here for that, but I did dig out this book first because I read it already. This is Love Without Borders by Angela Braniff. This is the story of how they adopted, well, and so they have biological children, internationally adopted children, domestically adopted children, embryo adopted children. So it's like the story of all their adoptions, except after this book was written, they adopted another kid. Yeah, and so this is really cute because our little foster son, he thinks that one of these girls is my daughter, and he thinks this boy is my son, and he figures this guy is definitely my husband. So I don't know who he thinks the rest of these people are, but like three of them are on the cover and the rest of us are not. This book was really good. I'll just talk about it more in my June wrap up, but I was kind of like, it was kind of like eerie with how many different things in here lined up with like our own fostering and adoption journeys. That was really cool to see. Now, okay, we'll start with the big box. That this is the one I ordered from the money that my brother gave me. And then I pulled out this one. And then I don't remember what else I bought. So, okay, I got this book. This is The Story of Christianity, The Early Church to the Dawn of the Reformation, Volume 1. And I got Volume 2, which is Reformation to Present Day. This is by a guy whose name I don't know how to pronounce. I've never heard of him. I have no idea like what kind of bias he's going into with this, writing this. Oh, and the font is so tiny. But I would like to read more church history, so this is going to go on my stack to read in the near future. Then I got this book. This is Half a World Away. Oh yeah, so a lot of the books, or a few of the books in here, are about foster care and adoption, because I was kind of like specifically looking for that. So what happens here is 12-year-old Jaden, where was it? His biological mother didn't want him, and while his adoptive parents say they love him, Jaden feels nothing. Or something, actually. Like an epic fail. And now they want to adopt a new kid, so they pack up and fly with Jaden halfway across the world to get one. In Kazakhstan, Jaden's smoldering anger flares. He knows what will happen next. Or does he? Yeah, so that one is really high on my list to read, because as someone with an adopted child and then like foster kids, and is kind of like the same dynamics a bit. So that one sounds interesting. What do I got here? Oh, Cinder Girl. My Journey Out of the Ashes to a Life of Hope. So this is a Zondervan published book. And this woman is a foster care activist, Christina Meredith. Growing up, she rarely heard her own name. Today, she's here to help you claim the inherent worth that is yours. So she was in foster care, if I believe correctly. Yes, okay, here we go. Born into a large working class family in upstate New York, Christina Meredith endured years of abuse before entering the foster care system as a teenager. Now, with nowhere to turn after she graduated from high school, Christina lived in her car for almost a year, working 3 jobs to survive. And it's her story, and I've never heard of her, but this popped up and I was like, okay, buying this. This will be a hard one to read, I think, but also really good because she's taken that and is now helping kids in foster care, and yeah, that's gonna be powerful. And then I think this one is also a foster care book, but like the cover is so cool. So what I carry, growing up in foster care, Muir has lived in many houses, and if she's learned one thing, it is to pack light. Yeah, so I don't know anything about it, once again, other than it has to do with foster care, and like this cover is just stunning. So we'll give that one a try. And then I'm pretty sure this one has nothing to do with foster care, but I also got a Margaret Peterson Haddock's The Missing Found. Actually, this one might too. Oh yeah, well, here we go. 13-year-old Jonah has always known that he was adopted, and he's never thought it was any big deal. Then he and a new friend, Chip, who is also adopted, began receiving mysterious letters. The first one says, "You are one of the missing. The second one says, beware, they're coming back to get you. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna give this one a try. I think this one might be part of a series. I'm not sure. Based on the back cover, kind of looks like it. Margaret Peterson Haddix wrote The Strangers, which I enjoyed, so I've got a couple more of her books to try. Now, where do we go next? I'll try this little package. I seriously have almost no idea what's in these ones. I kind of remember vaguely a book or two, but I don't know which package they're in at all. So let's just do this. Oh, okay, yes. This is MC Beaton, Beating About the Bush, and then the next one in here should also be the same series. The Dead Ringer. So one of my pen pals was telling me about this author. Is this that same series? So this is the Agatha Raisin series. So it's a murder mystery series, and these books are like number like 21 and 22 or something in the series. So I'm not sure if that will affect my reading if I need to go back and start other ones, but I was curious. She recommended actually a different series by this author, Hamish Macbeth, but they didn't have any of those ones, so I grabbed what they had, and we'll see how these ones are. I like stack of books showing there. Oh yeah, for sure. So that was that one. Also, I really appreciate Book Outlet's coupon codes. A little while ago they had free shipping, even like normally it's free shipping on orders over $35, but it was free shipping no matter what. So then I used, I had free shipping, I used a $5 off coupon, so I got like actually a lot of books for a little bit amount of money. And now let's open this one. Oh look, I got another coupon code. Some of them you have to use on orders more than $35, I think, but these ones don't have a minimum, so that's nice. What do we got here? Oh, Jesus is greater than a religion. Why he is so much better than trying harder, doing more, and being good enough. So I got this one after I read his wife's book, Satisfied. I've never read anything by Jefferson Bethke, but her book was amazing, so thought I would give him a try. And he has done some like spoken word stuff before that I've enjoyed. I think maybe actually I've only watched one, but anyway, it was good. So I'm curious about that. Okay, and then Uninvited. You guys, living loved when you feel less than, left out, and lonely. After a year like this last year, I was like, okay, this book has been on my radar forever, and this is like the time that I need to read this now, I think. So the enemy wants us to feel rejected, left out, lonely, and less than. Yeah, so count me in. And what else did I get? Oh, What Was the Underground Railroad? Yeah, I don't know if I want to always like these what was and who was books. They're always on Book Outlet. I don't know if I want to buy all of them, but the Underground Railroad is a very interesting topic and one we kind of have talked about quite a bit in our family. So I grabbed this one. Now I have one more box, but I'm realizing I don't have a scissors, so... Oh, I am strong enough. Oh yeah. I got How to Get Away with Myrtle, which I actually just finished listening to on audio. So this is a middle grade mystery series. This is actually book 2. They didn't have book 1. Book 3 is coming out in a few months. And I love the pun. Like the first one is Premeditated Myrtle, How to Get Away with Myrtle, and then the one coming out is Cold-Blooded Myrtle. And it's very much just, yeah, like middle grade murder mystery. Very much in the vein of Aggie Morton. I was curious if this book has any illustrations. Nope. But it does have some like cool footnotes, because I was listening to the audiobook and they actually read out the footnotes, which I appreciate when narrators do that. So this is talking about the cat and how they packed her in the hat box, lest you fear for her safety. She'd been sleeping in that hat box for the better part of a week, and it was quite the latest in hat box engineering, sturdy pasteboard and mesh, so there was perfectly adequate oxygen. Just like random little footnotes. yeah, so I'm excited about this one, just having this one on my shelves. Definitely going to continue reading the series and looking for book 1 and collecting the series. What's this one? Oh, Book Scavenger. So I finally got book 1 in Book Scavenger. We have 2 and 3. Unfortunately, this one was only available in like paperback and my other 2 are hardcover. But I don't know how much I care about that. Thought I'd grab it now. This is a middle grade book that has like a lot of different codes and things going on. We listened to it on audio as a family, which was fun. But I think seeing some of these clues, oh, it's actually not a whole lot of pictures as far as clues go. But I thought kind of seeing some of them would be really cool. Okay, one last book, and I don't know what it is. Oh, yes. Okay, Listen, Love, Repeat. So this is in response to this one, feeling less than, left out, and lonely. Listen, Love, Repeat is one that I read quite a few years ago, a couple years ago. Other-centered living in a self-centered world. So I feel like when you're feeling left out and lonely, a good thing to do is to focus on others. And this one gives like practical advice on how to listen to people and remember things they tell you. And I think it's time for a reread. So I don't know how many books that was, but I think that's my book haul. I may or may not have more in the mail, like always. So let me know if there's like a few that you're excited for me to get to, and also what you have purchased lately. Anything that you're excited to read. Thanks for watching, guys.